Today, or actually not today, it is August and we are starting our fall baking in Minnesota. I do have to post videos just a little bit early for them to gain the momentum. So we are making super moist pumpkin bread, and this is one of our absolutely favorite breads for fall. So this is actually a really good recipe all the way through October. So I'm hoping that this gains some momentum on YouTube through the fall. So granted, it's still 90 degrees outside, but we're gonna make pumpkin bread. My daughter that's leaving for college actually requested this, so I am going to honor her request because she's leaving in a couple weeks, so we wanna make that work for her. So this makes 2 loaves, and so I am actually going to make one, because I'm actually kind of testing this a little bit. I'm going to use 1 loaf pan of metal and 1 loaf pan of glass. And this actually bread freezes really well, so you can freeze one, because obviously it takes forever to get through 2, but we have to use the whole can of pumpkin because I don't like to waste anything. So then I'll freeze one. The first thing you need is 4 eggs. Like I said, this is a bigger recipe. Cut it in half if you don't want 2 loaves. And I am working on putting a little farm stand at the end of my driveway, because with all of the stuff that I make, we simply can't eat it all. So I'm working on putting some stuff out there. So this bread will actually go really well out there in the fall. There's just no electricity, so I'm kind of trying to not put things out there when it's extremely hot. Okay, so this uses vegetable oil. That's what keeps it very moist. So we do a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. So 4 eggs, we did that. 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And then a 1/2 cup of olive oil. I might have to take a break and grab some coffee here. Oops. This is new, so. Okay, and the olive oil just gives it a little flavor. If you don't like olive oil, you can use a full cup of vegetable oil. Okay, so this probably isn't the healthiest recipe, but it's tasty for fall. All right, and then we're gonna do 2 cups of sugar. And normally I would use a hand mixer, but it's really hard to do for these videos, because then you can't hear what I'm saying. Okay. Old-fashioned containers for that. So we've got sugar, we're gonna kind of mix that together. Okay, we're gonna mix this together, and then we're gonna add the pumpkin. I need to get some glass bowls so you can actually see what this kind of looks like, so that might be on my list later today. Okay, so 15 ounces of canned pure pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. I wanted to just double check my recipe. I need to put my reading glasses on too. All right, so 1 can of pure pumpkin. Oh my gosh, this just smells like fall. My daughter's gonna be so happy today when she gets back. Okay, 1 can of pure pumpkin. All right, then we need a 1/2 cup of milk. 1/2 cup of milk. And a 1/4 cup of water. Okay, let's mix that all together. Now this is gonna turn it orange. Ooh, boy. Okay, then 3½ cups of flour. Okay, so 3½ cups of flour. So I'm gonna use my 1/2 cup. Okay, so there's 1/2, 1, 1½, 2, 2½, 3, 3½ cups of flour. Like I said, this is just makes a lot. It's, you know, too big loaves. Okay, then we have baking soda, so 2 teaspoons. I apparently need to get my reading glasses out. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. My first one was a little short, so I'm gonna add that. All right, then cinnamon. We need 1 heaping teaspoon of cinnamon. So heaping, like that. Okay, so that is what the bread is, and then we're gonna make the topping. So let me get this mixed up. I'll probably speed this part of the video up because I'm gonna get flour everywhere. Wish you could see this, how orange this is. I'll show you when I get. I should have used my stand mixer, but this will be a good arm workout for the morning. Oh, and then have your oven set to 350 degrees. And this is gonna bake 35 minutes, but we had to get the topping on first. Ooh, this just looks fallish to me. Starting to think about pumpkins and flannels, and okay, I wanna show you how orange this is for the pumpkin. Ooh, that looks so good. Okay, so I've got that mixed up good. And the only reason I'm making 2 loaves is because I didn't want to waste the pumpkin, because I didn't want to open up 1 can of pumpkin and then have it basically be wasted. So now I'm going to fill my 2 cans. I'll just split it evenly. And I've already sprayed these down. You can also use parchment paper. I prefer to spray them, so I just don't waste the parchment. Okay, let's see. I've got this even. These work great for mixing, but they're terrible for getting everything out of the bowl. We want to use this long silicone spatula. Okay, so I've got those evenly spaced like that. Okay, then the next thing we are going to do, so we are going to bake it. Actually, we're gonna bake it for 35 minutes. And then when it's done being baked, we are going to take a 1/4 cup of butter and some of this sugar in the raw, and we're gonna like baste the bread and then put it back in the oven to kind of get that cemented on the top. And my house is gonna smell absolutely amazing. I wish I could like transmit the smell out to you. I'm gonna put it in the oven, 350 degrees, 35 minutes. I'm going to go walk the dogs while this is cooking, and when I come back, we'll be able to put the topping on and show you the finished product. Okay, so the next step for this wonderful super moist pumpkin bread is we're gonna pull it out of the oven, and we're going to brush it with butter. So I'm gonna pull these out, and then it will go back in for in the oven. So it's not gonna be completely done. These have a little bit of, just a little bit of, they're kind of still wet in the middle, so they're not completely done. Okay, so I have a 1/4 cup of melted butter. And I am going to brush this over the pumpkin bread. So about 50/50 here. Some of it's gonna go down the sides. And then this, it seems like quite a bit of butter, but it kind of soaks in. All right, so we got the butter, and then you're gonna take the sugar in the raw, which is that Turbinado sugar, and you're gonna sprinkle it generously. this. I wish I could have you guys smell my kitchen. It is absolutely amazing, the smell. All right, we're gonna put the sugar over the top. Like that. Okay, we're gonna put back in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes until the loaf is completely cooked through. So we still have 5 to 10 more minutes until this wonderful recipe's done. We'll put that back in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna check it after 5 minutes to test if it's done. I know how to test bread. Just stick the knife in it. If it comes out wet, then it's not done. But you don't want to overdo this one either. So I'll pull it out and check it in 5 minutes. If that doesn't work, we'll go 8 minutes, and then I'll show you the finished result. Okay, so I'm just pulling the super moist pumpkin bread out of the oven. The glass pan was done 5 minutes sooner than the metal pan. I'll show you the metal pan here. So just so you know, when you're using my directions, there, now that one's done too, so. Amazing. You're gonna love it.